Well, I think traditionally what we've seen with our relationships internationally, there's been a lot of change. I think it kind of has been escalating over the years. We saw with Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and then when we saw, what's been going on in the Middle East between Israel and Palestine, and then what we're also seeing, between the United States and Canada. I think there's a lot of conversations happening right now that are very, very central to resources. And in my opinion, that's, one of the most controversial centers of all of this is the resources and where we all sit as countries when it comes to those resources. Even, President Donald Trump's threats when it comes to Greenland, it's Arctic sovereignty, it's the resources, it's the ports, it's everything in between. And I think right now, Canada has a lot of different things to figure out. We have a lot of issues here at home when it comes to consultation and consent with First Nations and what that resource development looks like. And then we also have a prime minister in a country on an international stage that are actively trying to advance and sell Canada at an international level. We just saw the premier of Saskatchewan travel with the prime minister to China to try to secure a deal, which they did do. And things are just moving very, very quickly. And I think we're learning that one of our closest trading partners and allies, the United States, isn't as close as it used to be. And we're going to have to diversify that trade and start making new relationships. But where do First Nations fit into that, especially when we're talking about resource development and our critical minerals here in the country?